if you look at what actually makes people happy, then there's a study by a company called NEF, the New Economics Foundation. They're based in Manchester, and they did a piece that's called 5 Ways to Wellbeing. So they did a sort of like a meta study of all well-being kind of thing. And the things that they identified that make people happy, that they're self-reported, are being active, learning, noticing the world around you, and connecting with other people. I think those are the things. I think it's volunteering as well. But it's basically kind of, you know, it's the stuff in the Stone Age, right? And so what's interesting is one of them isn't having and buying more stuff, and they're all really low impact things. Being active, noticing the world around you, learning, volunteering, and kind of connecting with other people. So there's something very interesting about what it is that makes us human and what it is that makes us happy. And for us to have the time to consider that for ourselves rather than the possibility of being told what is that makes us happy. So, and this is, sorry, back to this talk is called ethical advertising, and this is my point, right? So ethics definition, moral principles that govern a person's behavior or the conducting of an activity. And so I think what's interesting in this definition, it's a person. In this instance, it was me, and the activity, which was that of advertising. And I think that what I see, and I see a lot around me, and I'll talk about this in a moment, is there's an emergent, and it may be a millennial, whatever that means, emergent kind of awakening, actually, feeling that there's a difference between what I believe to be true and what I value, and then what the system is encouraging me to do. And so what I'm really fascinated by is then if this person sees that there's a difference, then where do they gain the commitment to make the change, or do they find the opportunities to create the change? So there's this kind of like these macro issues that clients are stepping into and facing that mean that acting ethically, acting sustainably is like fast approaching the top of their agenda. And there's something about if you as individuals are aware of what's going on and you can understand the implications for the brands that you're working on, then that will allow you to serve those clients better, I would suggest. And you're able to put more of your values into work if they're aligned to these things. But we are doing some work with an accountancy firm, so it's very similar kind of model, right? So it's got a bunch of people that are servicing a bunch of clients for fees on typically kind of shortish term contracts. And so their new CEO has basically come out and said, when you're changing the model, it's about from partnership model to shared enterprise. So we're going to kind of give up the company, and so everybody gets a share, a la John Lewis. And then we are going to kind of like adopt this new kind of point of view called a vibrant economy, and we are going to kind of help our clients transform to a new form of capitalism. Now, if an accountancy firm can do that, then why can't an agency do that? You know, agencies will look down on accountancy firms as being boring and dull and behind the times, and yet I see more innovation coming from them than I see from kind of a top 30 agency. So it's fascinating how much hurt an agency has been on, the industry's been under, to believe that it can't step forward and take a point of view on the clients it does and doesn't want to work on. And I find that quite sad, actually quite sort of depressing. But this is just like, this is an opportunity. I think it's a total opportunity. But so it's really fascinating that there's this, where are the spaces and the opportunities for people to have a greater sense of well-being such that they can resolve these things. And I think that's the opportunity for agencies is to kind of like allow these conversations in, because that's when the creativity can come forward, I would think, because advertising and creative people are very good at resolving seemingly inextricably hard problems. If you can take the time to decide what is the purpose you want to have in the world, and then you enact that and embody it through everything that you do, then you're much more authentic to be able to talk to clients. And I think that's That's the trick, right? That's the trick. It's like, I have no idea whether or not this is possible. I see a lot of small agencies doing it, but is it possible for a top 30 agency? I have no, I hope so, but who knows?